based on
Going live in a second.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's stream. My name is Evan Blade of Revan, and I welcome you all to our marvelous show. And, of course, almost immediately, as soon as I come back to the screen, all of our cameras are messed up. So, welcome back to Orpheus. This is our third episode. Just keep hitting. Maybe you'll break out of the box, Crow. Joining us tonight, as ever, are our marvelous players, and I am going to be your game master, Evan Blade of Revan. Like I said, we were playing Orpheus, Ghost Stories for Ghosts, and we are just now starting our second season. How about... well, yes, of course that is your best angle. How about while I fix our cameras, we go around the circle, and starting up there at the very tippy top, and then it'll come back around to me, and we can keep going. So start up there at the top.
Hello, I'm Grinning Crow, and I will be playing Guy Bernard tonight.
I will hurt you. I will.
You'd have to be here to do that.
I will find
You represent the Lollipop Guild.
Follow the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
God damn it. Good Morning Vietnam reference.
Next. Skittish.
Hi, I'm skittish and I distracted. And I will be playing Mary Kathleen O'Brien.
Hang on one second. Okay, so moving back down. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of laughing going on. I don't hear anybody. What's...
I'm waiting on your legs.
Sorry, I forgot that I turned back on my push talk.
Pro streamer. We are pro streamers here, guys.
I'm on Twitch every day. Hi, I'm Black Dahlia 42. I'll be playing Cassidy. I'm just gonna leave it at that. My shame.
Go to your shame corner. All right.
Your box shrinks in shame.
Next, down there in the corner.
I'm Iridel, and I play Morgan.
And last but not least,
I am Warfox, and I play Lee Blaylock.
All right. So, the big question now becomes, who wants to... I haven't even finished the question yet. Who wants to catch everyone else up with what we've been doing since
Not
last
me!
Nose goes.
I actually can't do it.
I can try to do this. This might end badly.
Positive thinking.
Have you met me? I don't do positive thinking. So, last time we got to watch Cassidy attempt to hit on our... oh, my brain shut off. What's his name?
Sinclair. It was bad.
He's
It
even
was
in the
so
intro
bad.
now, and still.
What?
Yeah? It's been a long day. And I have to deal with, Grinning Crow and, yeah, bad life. Anyways. So,
Hey, you can't blame your life for Grinning Crow. I mean, Crow can be blamed for a lot of things.
no,
Wait,
but
can I
Your
blame Crow?
life is
distracting.
99% not his fault.
98.
He's
0.6.
talented. So, anyways, after that glorious train wreck / amusing time, we decided to go forth and set up to mess with the ghost hunters per our mission. We explored the house and prepped and found a creepy mirror. Hospital thing, building. They had set up their equipment. They had placed their equipment in the house and went off to get food.
Hospital.
Okay, hospital. And we had placed a picture on top of their equipment, which they found when they returned, and freaked out. They tried to take a picture of said picture, and the camera died. They went to go get proof of the camera dying. It wasn't dead anymore. They were very freaked out and very confused, and ran off to investigate this. We were gone prepping for the final night. We did some more exploring of the house and found a creepy mirror, which Lee proceeded to touch and try to figure out the freaky mirror. And then all of a sudden, the reflection of Lee started to come through the mirror and broke the mirror in the process and turned into a flaming jackass, and tried to kill everybody.
Oh, you broke the mirror and then turned into Lee?
No. The reflection of Lee clawed its way out of the mirror and started to light itself on fire and attack everybody. By everyone, I mean Lee, and then everyone else came into the room to try to help.
I think Crow was making more of a joke of the fact that Lee's just a jackass.
Yeah. Some people tried to come in and help Lee, and MK started to prepared to scare off the puppies that were trying to eat us. But
I was gonna scream them off our yard.
Yep. But when we defeated the reflection, the dogs ran away, and then there was a loud explosion in the distance, which we later found out was the office, which apparently no longer exists. We had a cryptic message on the people who had cell phones saying, get rid of your phone, destroy it, and go somewhere safe. We retreated to the safe house after destroying cell phones, and we have discovered that the Orpheus building has been destroyed by suspected terrorists, and all Orpheus employees are asked to come forward to the FBI for questioning.
Pretty sure that succinctly covers it.
That sounds like a whole lot of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot of bad.
I'm kind of glad I missed that game.
Hey, you missed the chance to eat a spicy specter.
Yeah, you know what would really come in
Spectre
handy
that looked
during
like
that?
Lee.
You know what would really come in handy during that? Your ability to eat shit.
Yeah, but I would never have lived it down if I had eaten Lee's Spectre.
Which
This
would
is
have
true.
made it better. I see no downside to this.
All right, guys. That was a pretty succinct summary of what happened. So, all of you, including you, Lee, are standing in the living room looking at this broadcast on network news about Orpheus Group in flames. Firefighters are rushing around trying to put out the blaze, and the talking heads are going
Talking.
back and forth, bandying about all the 24-hour news buzzwords: terrorist attack, national security, great tragedy, who do you think is responsible, doing their thing. You don't see Sinclair.
Where did he go? When we left, he was standing in front of the TV.
He turned around and walked out of the room.
I'm gonna turn around and start looking for Sinclair. Yeah. That seems like a reasonable thing to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go close make sure the doors are locked and the blinds are closed.
Okay.
I'm going through the other news channels to see if different talking heads are saying other things.
Okay. Are you manifesting to use the remote?
No, I'm yelling at Mary Catherine to change the channel for me.
Click, 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 click.
You go through. Okay, so Fox News. Here is my imitation of Fox News.
Oh god, let's get the popcorn.
so worth all of this.
Someone quote this.
Get your clipping ready.
Somebody needs to quote Rose on that one. My impression of Fox News. Well, you see here, what we're obviously dealing with is a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. This terrorist attack, obviously brought about by this new form of hocus pocus science, brought up by those eggheads in California. It has no place anywhere else, and obviously led to them getting blown up. We are getting reports now that nobody is taking complete and total responsibility for this, but we are not ruling out a foreign power that could have come in at any time. Americans are being told to stay in their homes, and according to this newscaster, maybe it's time to open up them gun safes. My impression of CNN. Well, we don't really know what's happening right now. What we do know is a building is on fire in the city downtown. Now, people are saying it is a terrorist attack in that people should remain in their homes. There is talk of maybe including martial law. We are told the FBI is researching and investigating case right now. Okay, so my impression of C-SPAN. Let's see. Any other requests?
The Daily Channel.
ESPNA.
The Ocho. Well, that's a brave move for him, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. Angry Dahlia is angry. Any other requests before we move on?
One of those comedy guys who have like a late night talk show where they talk about the news.
So network television has been preempted. So that what you're getting now is a lot of people literally just talking about the attack. A lot of the news is all that. As far as the Daily Show with Trevor Noah is not on yet, so they don't have anything. Guy, as you go to look for Sinclair, you see a door that has been locked these past few months is now open, and it's in the kitchen, and it's got a very cramped stairway heading down.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the obvious bait and go down the creepy door to the basement.
It's actually really well lit. You smell a lot of antiseptic, and looking down at it, it's not that far down. You can see Sinclair hobbling down the stairs. He's currently using a cane because he dealt a lot of damage to himself.
His magical murder room. Got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
he's gonna all fucking Dexter on us.
He's very focused. Right next to him is Harrison, who is very much like, "What are we gonna do now? Huh? Where are we going?
Sinclair?
He turns around. Yeah? What's up?
Where are you going?
The lab.
To put yourself under?
That was the plan. People are kind of needing us right now, aren't they?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page.
All right.
I'll see you in a few.
Okay. It'll be about 5 hours before I'll see you.
Do you want us to stay here or meet you there?
Well, I'm gonna come out right next to the tube, so...
Yes, so it'd be best that you jump in the car with us. We'll wait.
Okay. He finishes
upstairs.
going downstairs, yeah.
And while I'm going upstairs, I'll use our mystic mind powers. Folks, Sinclair is going under. He wants to go and check out the sites. I suggest that we go with him. It will take him about 5 hours to get ready.
5
want to go in.
hours to get ready.
He has to put himself under.
Isn't that a thing he shouldn't be doing right now after he was attacked? Like,
Where?
So we're just gonna sit back and let him do this?
No,
obviously not
we're
good
going to go
idea
with
thing.
him.
No, but he's still going under. That's the not
I'm
good
not
idea
going
thing.
to dissuade him from doing it.
is this one of those, he's a grown-ass man, he can make his own grown-ass man decisions?
Precisely.
Yeah, well, you're also a grown-ass man, one who has, less than optimal hygiene. You could always just lay in there before him, and I'm pretty sure that'll deter him for a while.
But why would they do that?
To be helpful.
That seems rather obstructive.
Yes, let's not obstruct the man who's going to destroy himself by making
Now for the-
Sure.
Why do you
Do we
suddenly
want-
care about people and their bodies? You don't care when everybody else puts themselves in harm's
Mary
way.
Kathleen, do you
They just
have
become
eidetic
ghosts.
memory?
Yes.
You do know for a fact by the discussion, if he goes under prior before getting fully healed, he will then take all that spite back onto himself.
I'm running down the stairs. There's a moment of, oh wait, and I take off.
I care about particular bodies, especially ones I plan on using. So yeah.
She wants his dick!
She's dead, and last I checked, she couldn't ride someone else's body.
You know what? I can make it work. Fuck yourself,
disgust me.
guy.
He wants to try for science. That angle might work better for you.
God.
You know what? I'm going down. I'm going with her. All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm gonna follow Mary as well.
I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching the news and see if there's any developments.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do at this point, is kind of like settle in and wait for Sinclair to pop out.
Okay. Ladies, as you come down, you come down a very sterile staircase. The moment you step out, you start walking down, you are assaulted with the smell of a hospital. This is very much somebody cleans here often. You come down to a garage type area. It looks like originally it was the garage for this building, but the actual garage door is sealed shut. The one whole wall has been painted with a paint that looks like a chalkboard and has various different scrawling and scrawls, formulas, all this different stuff. Upon first indication, it looks like somewhere between pharmacology and mysticism. It's really weird.
Yes, the rare pharma-alchemy.
Yes, from alchemy. Or alchemy. Alchapharmamy? I don't know.
Alchapharmamy sounds like it has to do with booze.
Equivalent exchange, Philosopher's Stone, that's all I know. You see a whole bunch of just formulas on the wall. You see a lab table, which has got various beakers and various states of either stuff being heated up or stuff being mixed. This is somewhere between, this lab is somewhere between a hospital experimental lab and a meth lab. You see, Sinclair is standing at one of the tables. You also see the giant sleeper cradle behind him, which looks like a glass tube, somewhere between an MRI machine and something out of Star Trek. It's humming slightly, as though it is on and charging up. You see various lights going off on the side of it. you see Sinclair is sitting, or is standing actually, leaning against a table, and he is apparently mixing some things in beakers.
Please don't drink anything. Please don't get in the metal machine. It's really bad for you. You're not supposed to do that right now.
What?
Kate told us not to let you in the machine when you first woke up. That you need to heal all of the nonsense.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? Like,
We're gonna go, and then we'll come back and tell you what happened. Look, I'm pretty sure with the 5 of us, we can figure something out and report back. So you can heal.
I only see 3 of you.
The other 2 are upstairs watching the news because men. And beer, I don't know.
Thought we were out of beer.
Sexist.
I'll get between him and the tube.
Well, we'll lure them with buying more beer.
That doesn't help some of us.
How?
How what?
How are you gonna buy more beer?
I'm sure some of us have some spare money, and Cassidy can manifest because she's dead, so no one's hunting her right now.
Fair enough. If you got cash, that might work. Look.
Either way, you cannot get in the tube. It's not safe. If anything happens to you, then we lose someone else to help us solve this problem.
So
the safest and the best idea is for you to rest and us to go gather the information so you who has knowledge of the company can explain.
So you guys are just gonna go leave me behind then?
Yes. I forgot the name of the dog. What's the name of the dog?
Harrison.
Harrison will be here.
Yeah, so what's gonna stop me from getting in my sleeper tube while you guys are gone?
The fact that
I
I'm
can turn off the
trusting
sleeper
you.
tube. I can make the sleeper tube not work.
The whole that we're going to trust you to not make yourself more of a liability than an asset in this problem.
I'm not going to trust him, and I vote that somebody leaves their body in there. Naked, so he doesn't want to touch it.
I know, guy.
Okay, did you say that out loud? That's the question.
Yes,
okay.
I did.
I said mine in my brain space.
I'm actually staring directly at Sinclair when I say it.
You're just mean.
Yes. Yes, I am.
I could just fuse a couple circuits and he's have to spend a couple days
No.
repairing the damn thing.
He will do it the way he'll fix it. He built the damn thing. You don't think he can fix it?
Fine. If you guys want to go do whatever it is you need to do, and then come back and let me know, but don't stay for very long. God knows what else is there. Something went in there. Not only did it level Orpheus, it apparently did something to a whole bunch of agents there, so whoever it is really powerful. So just be fucking careful.
Okay.
Well, we could at least figure out what caused the explosion.
Ish. Hypothetically, if we wait long enough for them to do an investigation and find out where the origin point was, I could show up and then try to see how far back I can go to see what happened.
It could be any number of inhabitants not having fun, or having fun. It could be the gas main, it could be C4, or it could be the fact that Chet tried to make beans again. So it could be any of those.
What now?
Well, you know how to have a kitchenette? Chet learned how to cook in the Vietnam War. And you don't normally get out of certain habits.
Make it beans with gasoline.
I'm gonna have a GM fiat and say that you yell that from the top floor from the
I'm fine with that. I am absolutely fine with that.
So you stay here.
Yes.
You promise?
I promise I will not leave these premises.
You promise not to get into the sleeper chamber cradle. That's the words I want to hear.
I won't use the cradle.
You will not leave your physical body. There are too many loopholes right here.
I won't leave my physical body.
Anyone else think of a loophole? Because if not, well, it's either me, Guy, or Morgan who has to go in there naked. I don't know.
Gee, get your
None
body
of this
down.
sounds like a good idea.
Gee, get your body down here. He gave into that way too easily. I can't think of the loophole, but there's a goddamn loophole.
Fuck off!
He's
I'm
a
all for it
genius.
coming
There's a
along.
loophole.
If you get into that tube and we find out, I'm going to beat you with your own cane.
That's fine. I don't even own this cane.
Whatever the hell you have to hold.
I stole it from Chet about a month ago.
That's mean! Why would you do that to him?
Because it's funny.
Gee, get down here.
No, fuck off!
Get your ass in this cradle right now, Gee.
Or what?
Or I'll bathe you in your sleep.
You couldn't do such a thing if you wanted
mean,
to.
You want
If
to try
everyone
me?
doesn't mind leaving, I guess I'll get into the tube naked so Cassidy's happy and everyone's happy and we can move on with our lives. And I
Just
really don't want any of you to see me
No, he
naked.
might be willing to touch you.
I'm
I
gonna
know
go
he
get a
won't
car.
touch me.
I'll go.
I would like to think that
I'm
Sinclair
gonna
has
walk
some
out the
form of
front door and
morals
go
to
shopping for
touch
a car.
a naked
don't
girl who
really-
does not give consent.
We don't know
Please
his
leave.
morals anymore.
Please just go if you're going to go.
Okay.
Ball.
Guy, would you like to come? Guy, would you like to come with me car shopping? Because we don't currently
Yeah.
own a car.
Wait. Do you want to go in a physical car or do you want to go in your car?
Pretty sure we can't go in a physical car.
I was pretty sure going in your car would be the best
Okay.
way. So
In that
we
case, I'm gonna go wait in the damn car.
So, without getting naked, I'm gonna go lay in the cradle and then project.
Wait.
I'm-
Are you actually getting naked to do this?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Without getting naked, I'm going to do this.
I didn't hear the without part.
Cassidy is deeply disappointed.
I'm
Like-
gonna go lock myself in my room and then project.
Okay.
Like, let's be super real. There are certain characters totally okay with getting naked. The Catholic school girl, not okay with this.
It depends on what Catholic school.
The
I was
super
okay with
repressed.
I was okay with Catholic schoolgirl getting naked, just for the record.
I'll go up to my room, lay
Noted.
down on my bed, and drop the meat.
All right. So as everybody who is projecting,
Yes.
okay. Car's waiting for you guys outside.
Fucking watching you.
Who are you saying this to?
Sinclair. And as I back out of the room, I'm just gonna keep.
As
Please
you
don't
leave,
touch my body. I don't give consent.
A-
As I leave.
You can say, he's about to say something snide. You say that, and he immediately goes, "Oh my fucking god! Oh, I can't believe these people."
Deep down, she totally wants to give consent, just while she's in it.
I'm not
She
taking
doesn't
that.
know
I didn't do that.
Or at least present, if not in it.
That's a
At
whole
least-
nother level of
Fetish? Yeah.
fetish.
Like, just at least let me watch.
That's a really specific like voyeurism fetish.
Just remember, if something happens, we don't have a choice. We all have to watch.
So
Sort of.
how much would that be? I'm gonna pay the prostitute to fool around with my body while I astrally project and watch.
I mean, I'm
how
gonna pay
quickly
the
can you-
prostitute to fool around with my body while I possess the prostitute.
That's a whole new thing, man. I mean, at that point, you might just want to pull a Ron Jeremy on yourself and just go with it.
Moving on from this line of inquiry.
1 second, Skittish is broken right now.
I don't even think she can make coherent sentences.
We may have killed Skittish.
Damn it, before her character lost her virginity.
And then the coffee doesn't work.
Hashtag goals.
Well, I mean, I can't go to school anymore. I'm a terrorist. Suspected terrorist.
In character, you guys really don't know that yet. You're just like suspected for wanting, or you're wanted for questioning.
I go outside and go get in a car.
Okay, so I assume all of you get in your car. It's a bit of a tight sit in the back seat, but I think you can all make it. Somebody snuggle all up to the stinky French dude.
Oh,
No, he's a
shotgun.
ghost. He's
I
not.
call shotgun.
Please,
He's not
please
stinky, but
don't.
he's a ghost.
I'm sitting in shotgun because I sat out here way before anybody else did.
You were dealing with Sinclair. And remember, he's not a stinky Frenchman when he's dead.
That's true.
I'm
Actually,
just
no.
French.
Guy, are you a stinky Frenchman when you're dead?
No. It's his idealized self, so he's just
Yeah.
French. He's just French, but yeah,
He's just French. All right.
just French.
It is as you are driving through the city to get to Orpheus. It's easy to tell what direction you need to go in. Just follow all the rescue vehicles and the giant plume of smoke and fire in the sky. The journey there. I need you, Lee, to make me some drive rolls. Specifically, you're going to use Wit's drive, because on the way there, you guys run into...
I'm a boost.
You guys are going to run into several packs of specters. They are out in force.
Ooh, and I can hear them.
Yes, you can.
I am going to use
Okay,
my ability to boost him.
Which drive you said?
Yes, you're going to roll Wit's drive.
And can I use my my ability to hear them as a circumstance bump? Like wild card.
Yeah, sure.
All right. How much
I
do you want to
assume
give
my
me for that?
Daredevil is not assisting in this.
Oh, no, it is, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out how to drive around without getting their attention, but also be there quick, because your 3 skimmers are leaking vitality. Every hour they're away from their body, they're losing a point of vitality.
Okay, so yeah, driving quickly but not attracting attention, yada yada yada. I am standing by until I know how many to add for Gee.
2 from the boost, however many he says from the wild card.
Does wild card add dice or does it lower difficulty?
Usually it adds dice, but that's the new old World of Darkness stuff. So
The new old World of Darkness. That's a.
Yeah.
Is that a?
it's like an equipment bump.
Is that in? Excuse me. Is that a merit or a flaw?
Hear the buzz is a merit.
Oh, okay. So you're assisting. So we're gonna lower the difficulty by 1, so it's a difficulty 5, and you're gaining 2 from Guy. You said you're boosting him by 2 dice, correct?
Yeah, I'm using my puppetry ability.
Okay. So yeah, you gain 2 extra dice, and you're reducing the difficulty to 5. This is basically that's really good.
Add 1 because I ignore one of the failures.
Okay, so 9 successes? Is that what you're saying?
I drive good.
It doesn't take you... You have to do some tricky driving, but you do manage to get there pretty damn quickly. It does take you an hour, though. So everybody who is projecting, take off a Vite. You can't get very close. Actually, 1 second here. You cannot get very close to the place because there are so many, there are just so many rescue vehicles and other things in the way.
Does that affect Ghost Car?
Well, here's the thing.
I still have to physically get between them.
You'd still have to, even if you wanted to drive through it, all of you would have to spend the vitality to be selectively intangible. So if you want to, you can try to go through that. Now keep in mind, as you're doing this, you will ping. Any vitality expenditure will ping. Guy.
The other option is everyone get...
Pause. Guy, this is what you are hearing. They should have it. Where is it? Cannot find. Are they alive? Don't know. No one's left. Hungry. This is multiple voices talking over each other. Hungry. No one left. From this position, all of you can see, floating above the ruins and the wreckage, is a giant black figure holding a massive scythe. Its right hand holds the scythe. The left hand, or arm, because you can't see the hand, is wrapped in barbed chain that is tearing into the robe itself.
Nope. Okay. Nope. Nope. Nope.
You look at it and you get the feeling of the hunter standing atop its kill.
Friend of yours, Guy?
No, but I get the distinct impression that is what is responsible for all of this.
You're getting a whole bunch of voices in this area. It would be... You could infer that there's more than just the one specter.
And he has many, many friends. I can hear them.
So, closer look, or have we seen enough?
The rescue crews that are moving around do not seem to notice the specters at all.
Well, yeah, of course. Are there any specters, like, specifically following them around or anything like that?
There are a couple. There's one person is a short, kind of Hispanic-looking man. He's wearing a suit. He is with several other suits, and there seems to be a group of crows. Like, he's sitting here talking to a firefighter. There's a group of crows perched on, like, all of them, a small murder, perched on the fire truck, looking at him.
I'm sorry, I missed that. My dog was being disruptive. Looking at whom?
The short Hispanic man in a suit who's sitting here and taking notes and giving orders.
Well, that's peculiar.
And I can get us closer, but we gotta... Not easily, and it would require... We got two options. Either everyone goes... makes it so that we can drive through a truck, or y'all step out, I take the car through, and then y'all meet me on the other side.
Even getting the car through, you're gonna have to spend the vitality.
Right, but that'd be the difference between one of us having to spend vitality and all of us having to spend vitality.
Yeah, that's
There
the
are
difference between...
There are enough specters here that just, like, they could hear a pin drop.
I suggest we don't spend any more vitality and we leave here before the next hour.
Yeah, we need to get back. I mean, Sinclair might know more about this person, and the whole Crow thing's kind of suspicious.
I'm looking around and I'm trying really hard to like memorize the faces of these guys
Okay.
and
Same.
memorize everything about the Grim Reaper dude.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'm looking at a particular power work.
Okay.
Evan, would my random trivial knowledge pick up any random trivia about how this should be working, and if anything's out of the ordinary?
This seems one of the things you would almost certainly pick up really quickly is this seems to be like based off of how much damage you can see to the building. This doesn't seem to be like more than there should be as far as like first responders, but there is a lot of them. It's enough to be like that's not out of the ordinary, like really out of the ordinary, but it's still pretty out of the ordinary. Yes.
I would like to use my 0 vitality version of puppetry to inhabit the Grow guy.
Okay. What's the range on puppetry?
We basically determined it was almost line of sight.
Is it line of sight? Okay. So you're basically just riding him, correct?
Yeah,
That's
I
what
could
the 0-1
technically make
does?
him do like one thing, but I don't want to. I'm largely just kind of seeing what he's doing. It is a charisma leadership role with his willpower as the difficulty.
Okay. Give me 1 second. He is actually a named character, so I have to look up his willpower. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. It's taking forever, apparently, to... Alright, book, now you're just pissing me off. Because I'm running so much stuff at once, the stuff is not... the page is not loading well. Here it is. 7. Your difficulty is 7.
Okay. Why did that not work?
There
5
it goes.
successes. I have influence for an indefinite period of time.
Yep, 5 successes. Okay. So, you jump on him, and you're kind of riding on top of him. You hear the specters go, like, kind of... What was that? I can't hear you. What was that? Can't quite... They're... It was quiet, but they're still kind of perking up.
Right.
And looking around. He is currently in a conversation with the first responder, asking about any strange details about the location. He mentions how long is it going to take for them to get through the elevator shaft into the lower levels. Were there any survivors? Is there anybody who and you will hear there were very few actual survivors to the building. Most appeared to be very burned when we got to them, or when they got to them. The 2 who survived, they don't know who they are. They're calling them a Jane Doe and a John Doe. Were rushed to St. Rose's in the severe burn unit. There was one other walking wounded who came through, he seemed to be wearing scrubs and then like a fireman's jacket over that, but he wandered off before they could get a hold of him and figure out what's going on with him. He had a slight limp, gruff voice, longish short hair, lightish dark eyes, fattish thin.
Sort of a non-description.
Yeah. Mary Kathleen, at the mention of fireman's jacket, you perk up. You know somebody who has a fireman's jacket and wears it almost constantly around Orpheus. He also walks
Did Sinclair steal his cane?
No.
I know who it is too. I never forget a face.
Nope.
Ooh.
It sounds
Haas.
like Mitchner. No, not Haas.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It
no,
sounds
it
like
is
Mitchner.
Mitchner. You're
Okay, so that sounds like Mitchner, which means he walked away.
Or hobbled away, really.
He hobbled away. We probably want to go to the hospital.
right. Yeah. I'm going to have the guy flip back through his notes. I'm trying to catch a name.
Okay.
That's my one action that I can force him to do, kind of thing.
He's got his notepad out, and based off of that one action, from what I remember reading about the power, he kind of awkwardly flips like a couple of pages real quick. Almost like it's a muscle spasm. You catch lots of different names, actually. You catch, let's see, Andrew Mitchner, Hossinger, and this is the page that catches your eye, which is MIA possible suspects. Andrew Mitchner, Hossinger, Kate Dennison, Sinclair, whose full name actually seems to be Jeffrey Sinclair. You get let's see, Chet Mason, and all of these have like MIA written out next to them. And then at the bottom, you see Guy Bernard, Mary Kathleen O'Brien, and Morgan Flanagan.
Fuck would I wanted for questioning my name.
You don't see anything that has like agent names or anything like that. Nothing you would assume is agent names. You see a smattering of other names that you've heard bandied about at Orpheus. You see, as he does that, he kind of steadies himself and then writes Jane Doe, John Doe, and writes down the name of St. Rosa's hospital, burn ward.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna hang around for a couple more minutes and see if anything's going on, and then as soon as it looks like it's kind of calmed down and there are obviously no more clues to be had from this avenue, I'll let go and go back to the party.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing while he's doing this?
I'm keeping the car running. I have turned the car around so we're pointing away from the crowd so we can get out a little quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping the car running while scanning for anyone that seems to be drifting towards the car.
I'm gonna need a vitality total from current vitality total from everyone. Okay.
Like not max total, just like how many we have on us.
How much do you have on us right now? 7? Okay, I gotta wait for Dahlia to come back. Actually, I don't really have to. At this point, Guy and Lee, you guys know that you look like ghosts right now. If those specters spot you, they will come down on you. The others are high enough up that specters think they look like humans.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna bug out to the car.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a willpower to regain my last 2 so that I look more human.
Okay.
Do we want to go ahead and swing by the hospital? I mean, if it's going to attract more attention from specters, but to maybe figure out who the possible living people are?
Well, we can definitely go by the hospital and see if any specters follow us or around the hospital and make a decision from there.
Apple, both of these are good suggestions. I have a list of who they're looking for. Our names are on there.
We saw.
As people, do we see through each other's eyes with the whole hive mind thing?
Yes.
Do you? I thought I had to be voluntarily.
No, you can't. But you can. It's an automatic thing. It just happens. Now, as a hive mind, because it is a natural thing, you guys really don't have to worry about privacy. But for the most part, what someone else sees or hears, you see or hear.
Okay, I wanted to make sure we were playing that right.
Yeah, it's one of the really powerful effects of hive mind. Is literally no matter where you are, the party is there too. You just lost Crow. There he goes.
And now knowing that information, because I have that eidetic memory, would I see like suspects, or was it wanted for questioning on the list?
All it said on the list was MIA, KIA.
Okay. I say we go to the hospital and figure out who the people are, because it might be Kate and, well, not Mitchner, because Mitchner walked away.
Okay, I drive us to the hospital. You want me to make another roll?
Yes, do make another roll. Everybody who is currently projecting, be prepared to spend vitality.
Yep.
Based on how good his roll is.
Do I still have the bonuses from
spend
you?
a vitality to do that, yeah.
Okay. That's another 5 successes. This time, because you are going to a hospital that is close to a major tragedy like this, it takes you about another hour just to get there, because you've got to dodge not just the specters, but you're also dodging around hospital or ambulances, police cars, other types of rescue vehicles. So that's another hour for everyone else.
All right, I'm going to spend a willpower to just top myself off real quick.
Okay. Because he's got willpower.
Fuck yeah.
You show up. It's a hospital. It is very busy. The ER is bustling. From the outside, the place seems to be surrounded by rescue vehicles.
Any specters or just rescue
Oh yeah,
vehicles?
all over the place. Again, it looks like they're kind of perched around. Like, they're not so much watching intently as they are kind of just roaming.
Okay. I get this is. Do I want to go through the main entrance or the back door?
It's probably best
See
if
that
we go
look.
through
Oh,
the normal ways so that we don't stand out.
We're dead. We're gonna stand out.
No, to the specters. We only stand out if our vitality is under so much, and we're less likely to stand out if we're moving around with people.
When your current vitality pool reaches 6 or less, you look like ghosts and therefore are a target to specters.
How is Cassidy looking?
That's a good question. Cass, what's your current vitality looking like?
I don't think I've really used any vitality, have I?
Not really, you've just been kind of following around.
Yeah, me and Morgan were the ones that were burning it like crazy during the fight.
Yeah, I think.
Speaking of which, feel free to share vitality. You guys can do that. You didn't take that high a flaw.
What did you say your vitality was? Sorry.
I just I think I'm at 6 still.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
still more or less
I
look
haven't-
human.
I'm gonna burn a willpower to replace some of my vitality.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. You know, guys, you don't have to burn the willpower. You can always tap spite.
Yep.
That is always an option. It's there. And remember, the devil always keeps his end of the bargain.
Yeah, but when the devil is you, we really don't. They really don't trust it.
I like how you changed we to they.
I don't have to do it.
I'm just saying. Like Super Saiyan.
But is
There's
it Ultra Instinct Super Saiyan?
He's not
Sweet.
blonde enough for that. All right,
No.
let's head
Not
into
yet.
the library. Hospital place thingy.
You're not at a library. It's a hospital. It is busy. People all over the place.
I look at when we go in. I look at the little index. What floor is the burn ward on?
It's apparently the burn ward in isolation is on floor 4.
Are there elevators on this side of the doors, or do we have to go into the past the big random people can't enter doors?
Well, there are elevators here. You can get onto elevators. Where they eventually lead, you can't tell. Like, you can't tell if they go all the way up or if they stop halfway or anything like that. The hospital itself is not very open. This place feels like it was built with a utilitarian concept in mind. You know how most hospitals have a nice kind of open atrium, and this one does not. This one is very much, you walk in, waiting room, and then hallways. Just different hallways going all the way off, a set of elevators, and hallways behind maglock doors.
This
Going back
is
into
not
the hospital.
one of those nice hospitals.
No.
This is one of those hospitals you find on the other side of town.
Yep.
I'm gonna go over to the elevators, or any of them, arriving and opening their doors.
You'd have to stand around and wait for a bit. If you're willing to wait for it, one will eventually come.
I'm just gonna
Find a bit. Like, are we talking, standing around for half an hour, or standing around for a minute?
It's a busy hospital. You're standing around for maybe like 5 minutes at most.
Okay, I'm willing to wait.
Okay, but are there stairs?
There are no stairs. There is a place that says fire exit and stairs, but you'd have to go through a door and then go up from there.
Do I hear any of the people talking about the random Jane Doe and John Doe?
Make a wits alertness. Difficulty. We're going to call it difficulty 7 because it's a very busy hospital, lots of people around.
Can I make one too?
Yes. Anybody who is there who wants to make one may make one. So that's hold up your successes when you get them. Cassidy, are you gonna make a roll?
I was contemplating just saying fuck it and going through the door up until I saw that. Yeah, I'm gonna make a roll.
Okay.
1 moment. What was it? The combination again?
Wits, wits alertness. I almost said wits athletics for some reason.
If we weren't
Wait.
worried about the vitality, that door would be opened for you.
I like athletics better. Can I use this?
No. Two. We got a 2. We got a 0.
0
And
is
a
better
0.
than a botch.
Yep, at least my zeros didn't botch. So, for my guys who got 2 successes, you hear something about the burn ward. You hear something about isolation. Burn ward got 2 new people. They need people up there now, but it's really hard to work around with all these cops. Like, that's what you're hearing.
When the elevator comes in, is there a button for the 4th floor?
Oh, yeah. An elevator.
Did somebody push the button for the 4th floor?
As soon as it gets there, everybody leaves off the elevator. Nobody gets on it.
I get in the elevator.
Okay.
I assume we're with Lee.
I don't know who's following Lee and
Yeah.
who's going elsewhere.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna go in the elevator.
Yeah.
Getting on.
Nothing could go wrong.
Metal death box.
And then
everything
went wrong.
Everything went wrong for everyone forever.
So, to avoid the vitality expenditure, can I use the 0 level inhabit to inhabit a small item, like the elevator button, to manipulate it to push itself?
You would have
Technically,
to.
the subsystem.
Technically, here's the thing: you would have to still spend vitality to get it to do something.
Okay.
That's right.
That was what I was checking, is because it's kind of vague on
Mhm.
manipulating that 0 vitality ability.
Yeah, that's the thing, is just inhabiting something, like, is easy. Getting it to actually activate itself and do something would take more of an expenditure of your will.
So either way, it's going to be a 1 vitality.
Actually, that is not correct. He could inhabit a small system for 0 vitality and roll to make it work. I just looked at inhabit.
Okay. What's the roll for that? It says Dex Crafts, correct?
Stamina crafts.
Crafts. Alright. If you want to try and do that, you may.
Trying to do whatever I can not to spend the vitality, so yeah, we'll give it a shot.
I mean, I could just tap Spite and go skin ride someone.
So it was Dexcraft?
No. Stamina Crafts.
Stamina
Yeah,
Craft.
Stamina
Okay,
Crafts.
either way. The crafts was the important part.
Page 104 for reference.
Yeah, I got it bookmarked. 2.
Okay. You jump into the button, and you manage to force it to activate itself. There doesn't seem to be Guy. The specters don't seem to have noticed. The elevator lurches and starts to move.
I hop out of the button.
I feel like a guy with like a kaleidoscope and a walkie-talkie spying on the neighbors.
What?
No, not a kaleidoscope. The little like telescope things. You remember? Did you ever have one of these? It was like a cardboard box with 2 mirrors as a kid.
Oh yeah, one of those. I get what you're saying.
Periscope.
The periscope. Yeah. Kaleidoscope was what came to mind. Periscope is the actual word.
This
But it's
is
just
a
like-
kaleidoscope.
Looking over the fence. No, the neighbors haven't noticed us yet. Keep moving. Keep the water balloons in position.
Fear the stealth ghost team.
All right. So you go up. The doors open up into a very, very busy floor. There are police officers, and rescue workers. The rescue workers are filing onto the elevator. There's a whole bunch of police officers just kind of loitering in the hallway. There is one door that heads in one direction, and it says patient rooms. In the other direction, there's another door that has a key lock on it that's isolation and burn ward.
That's our ticket.
Are people going through said locked door?
No, mostly it's closed, and again, there's a whole bunch of cops just milling about.
Is there a doctor nearby?
No.
I can't do this one quietly.
Un moment.
I'm sitting here looking at the doors like, I can get through. I can open the door, but not quietly.
I mean, maybe he could make one of the cops bang on the door and the doctors will come and tell him to shut the fuck up?
No. This is going to be more involved.
Unless we want to gamble that there is a open door button on the other side.
No. Do I see a nurse?
Ah, shit. No, that's not what I wanted you to do, machine. Yes, you do see a nurse. She is coming from the patient rooms.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do. How long is a turn in cinematic time?
We're in cinematic time, so how long do you need it to be? What are you trying to do?
I'm going to spend spite, so I need to know how long a turn is.
Use the proper term. You're going to tap spite. If you're tapping spite to use a stain, which is what I assume you're going to do.
Yes.
Then it will be about between 2 to 5 seconds. Because one combat action is 6 seconds.
Oh god, this is gonna hurt. Okay. Do I only need to spend it for the expenditure. After that, like if I'm using a power at a 5-dot effect, it's only when I spend it that it pings, right?
Correct.
Okay, excellent. I'm
Are
going
you
to
using...
Yeah, shush.
Are you using a horror?
Shh, shut up.
I am going to yes, I am using a horror.
I can double your duration if you need it.
That requires you to spend 2 vitality.
You don't want to do that.
Sorry.
I am going to tap Spite to activate Withered.
Okay.
While Withered is up, all of my expenditures count as 0.
0.
Okay.
Withered is powerful.
Yes. The downside is also debilitating. Okay, and then I'm going to spend 5 vitality and then a willpower point to restore my vitality. To body puppet the nurse.
Okay.
So, do you want me to roll for the spite first?
Yes. Roll for spite.
What's the target number?
6.
Yep, that's a point of spite.
Yes, it is.
All right.
The moment you do that, you hear the buzz is kind of just a soft. What was that? I don't know.
Ooh.
And the knife you are carrying burns slightly.
Yeah.
Like, irritatingly, kind of like.
Like, why aren't you in my hand, kind of? Or like, you shouldn't have done that?
You shouldn't have done that.
Got it. Okay. So, now I'm going to roll to to possess the nurse. What is the nurse's willpower?
She's an average human, so 5.
I will spend a willpower for a automatic success.
Okay.
Oof, I'm about halfway through my willpower.
Damn.
Pulling out the stops, baby. 4 successes. I possess her for a day.
Okay.
If I want to.
She doesn't break stride, like, assuming you keep going as she's walking, you kind of jump into her and you get a sudden...
No. At 5 vitality, I completely subsume her.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I am her. Yeah.
She doesn't break stride, as in, like, you are...
got it.
Like, oh, it's like you've always been in this body.
Okay. I assume that I've got like a badge, like there's an RFID badge on the...
Yep.
I'm gonna walk up to the burn ward door and badge in.
The police officers carefully get out of your way as you're going through. You hit it. You hear the unlocking mechanism go off, and the door begins to open.
As the door opens and the police move out of the way, I'm gonna leave the door kind of open and stop to like address one of the police officers.
And we slip through.
As they slip through, has a doctor come through recently?
There have been doctors coming through here constantly.
Okay. Just like last 10 minutes.
The last one that came through here was about 5 minutes ago. He's rushing his way over to Jane Doe's room.
Okay, fantastic. I just wanted to make sure that he made it there. Thank you.
As far as we know, they won't let us back there.
Of course. Thank you so much, officer.
The other side of this door, it is very, very clean. After all, it is isolation and burn ward. You see people walking around it. They've got the little plastic booties on. They're not wearing full like body condoms, but they are very clean. There is a lot of people are wearing gloves and hairnets.
If it's a burn unit, they're probably wearing like respirators too and stuff like that.
And
burns are so susceptible to like everything.
Right. This area actually looks a lot more high tech than the rest of the hospital. You don't see like patient rooms here. What you see is the glass door, like the glass doors, so that people from the nurses station can look directly into each room.
Yeah.
Most of the doors are empty, but in 2 rooms there are crowds, based, or what you would consider a crowd, like 6 people, seeming to be not so much operating on, but caring for 2 patients.
Okay, I'm going to walk to the door of one of them. Next to the door, there should be like a little spot for a file. I'm going to pull the file up and see if they've got he's got vitals, anything like that. I actually have dots and medicine.
Yeah.
So I can sort of read this.
That you see, there is a chart in there. You notice the chart is very empty. There's not a lot on it. That's because all of you can notice that there's this chart, this looks like a preliminary, like this is what happened when they came into the ER. And then you all can see there's a doctor in there filling out the chart right now. It's like they're now admitting him, and this is the full chart that they're working on.
So they're working on a chart right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear a voice from the nurse's station. Carrie, didn't you get off like an hour ago? What are you still doing here?
I turn around. Oh no, they ended up telling me that I needed to work a double. So here I am.
You worked a double yesterday. You see like a short, like frizzy-haired woman with like frizzy red hair. Very, very like her makeup is very, very like low key. Obviously, straight up, your archetypical nurse who cares too much.
Yep. That sounds fantastic. You know how it is here.
Girl, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Absolutely. Coffee later?
Oh, No, we can't go out for coffee later because
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's that. I'm leaving here in about an hour to go do that. So I will meet up with you for lunch tomorrow. And I'll
Fantastic.
I'll share
Oh
the
yeah.
deets.
You better.
You,
Yes.
apparently, I've got really good nurse banter. I don't know.
Just you and Crow, you know exactly how it goes. Because you know.
I am a master of bullshit.
There are only certain things to master, and then.
Little do you know, that's not really a chair.
So I know when they come into a burn, Skittish knows a few nurses. When they come into a burn ward, they usually cut off all the clothes. Is there any of the discarded clothing?
You don't see it from where you are, but each individual room does have a biohazard bag, like for large waste. So it could have been in there.
I'm wondering if we could try to identify them by what they were wearing, or what remains of what they're wearing.
Do we have height, weights, things like that? I mean,
Yeah,
if they're
that's kinda
really
what I was
messed
looking
up,
for
that
on the chart.
at least narrow it down. I mean, when
Yeah,
you're in a real bad wreck, that's the first way you figure it out.
Well, the height, as far as height, weight, you have one male, one female. And they don't have height and weight numbers. They have, they have ranges.
Yeah, approximations, because
yeah.
burn.
Yeah, it looks like they weigh this much. It looks like they're this tall, but crispy critter, so they shrink when they're in the oven.
I'm actually just gonna kind of like be gutsy about it and actually step into the room and see if I can get a look at their face.
Okay. Stepping in, you look at looking at the first one. Do you step into the female room or the male room?
The female room.
Okay. You step in and you see a woman. She is about she's tallish, short, fattish, thin, longish, short hair. No, she looks vaguely familiar.
Never forget a face.
Yeah, never forget a face. Unfortunately,
Do you
it's
forget
been
a barbecue?
burned.
Even a partial, man. Even a partial.
Looking at.
Sorry. If I follow him in, can I inhabit the trash can, the bio bag, to see if there's the clothes in it?
You could, or you could just look at the top of the bio bag.
Oh, I didn't realize it was still open. Okay.
Yeah, it should be like an open trash can.
Yeah, it's an open trash can.
Okay. You made it sound like they were sealed bags.
No,
so.
I'm sorry.
Usually those are like lifty.
Yeah, this one is nobody it got stuck open, so it's just open.
Okay. Rock on.
Okay.
Looking down into
he's checking faces. I'll check.
Looking down into it, you see basically the best way I can describe it is party clothes. Tight jeans, nice shirt, all of it ruined. Like that was a nice outfit. It's not anymore.
How long ago was the event? It's been over an hour, right?
At this point, yes, everybody who's projecting spend a vitality. The event has been a while at this point. It's been at least 4 or 5 hours. Crow, looking at the face, this was the contact you pulled out of Terrell and Squib.
All right. Shit. Okay. Crow has forgotten her name.
Yeah.
Tracy, I think.
I have forgotten her name.
I think it was Tracy. Okay, I'm going to back out of the room and go into the men's room.
You don't recognize this body. He looks like one of the guys you would run into, one of the techs you would run into around Orpheus, but you don't know his name.
But I've seen him around.
Yeah, you've seen him around. He's that guy.
Okay.
He's that guy.
That's that guy. All right, yeah, I got it. Okay, good. So nobody, one person notable. All right. I'll signal to the rest of the group. Okay, I've got identification of who they are. One's just a tech, and the other one is our Terrelin Squib contact.
Okay, so I'm guessing we should probably regroup before we spend too much vitality and the specters become interested in us.
Yeah. I need to go park this somewhere.
Can you park her downstairs in the lobby because we need her to push the buttons?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to park her somewhere. She's gonna have some lost time. And then I'll basically kind of open doors and escort them back out.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
On our way down, do we hear the police saying anything about these people?
Roll a wits alertness again, because the moment that the nurse steps back out into the hallway, they you could tell they were talking. They shut up. So that's 0 successes and 1 success.
Give me. The difficulty was 6, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
I
it was
doing it at
6?
7.
I was doing it at 7.
Go ahead and redo it at 6 because unlike before where you were in a crowded area, you are now in a. It's still crowded, but they're all talking about the same thing.
Actually, I would like to spend or use one of my reincarnation dice to bump up my dice pool by 1.
Okay. So everybody hold up your successes in front of your camera. Cassidy, you may make this roll as well. It is another wits alertness roll to listen to the cops as you guys are coming out. So I see a 5, I see a 2. 2. Is that 3, Iredell? Okay. And Cassidy got 2. Okay. So my 2 dots, the 2 successes, you guys hear, man, that place was completely torn apart. I don't even know what happened there. Yeah, it seems some strange stuff. My 3 successes, did you hear those guys you were talking about? It looked like that was like some professionals went through and just were tearing stuff up. I mean, like, there was nothing left. My 5 person, you hear somebody reply to that with, keep your voice down. From what I understand, according to the feds, they had some real professionals in there. Like, these guys, these bodies they're finding, they were either already shot or torn up by some kind of animal before they even got lit on fire. I mean, the stuff's bad. Something happened in that building. Something bad happened in that building. Man, I saw some things. I'm going to take some time off. And then you get to the elevator.
Did I catch that guy's name? Like on a badge or...
You didn't catch the professionals statement. You were only 2 successes.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
Lee's
But
the
if
one
I
who caught
hear it, he would hear it.
Yes, that is true. So, no, I'm gonna rule no, you did not. If you didn't think of it quick enough to get the badge before you were in the elevator and going down.
Okay, not a problem. Push the button for the floor.
Okay. Elevator goes down. Doors open up. There's the lobby. Just as busy.
All right, and walk out the front door and kind of around the corner, sit down on the bench and leave her there.
Okay.
I will go get the car and pull it around.
Not hearing anything on the buzz, right?
You're hearing
Just
some,
the usual.
Just the usual. There's some background muttering about, again, there's a whole bunch of, did you hear that? I don't know. Did you hear that? I don't know. What was that? kind of stuff like that. But you don't hear any, like, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
When you leave the nurse, she kind of slumps a bit and gets up and... Crap, I need to get out of here an hour ago. Oh, and I still need to go change. She, like, quickly gathers herself and gets up and runs back inside the building.
Nurses are the best people for something like that because they do just fall asleep. They say that to the group.
Okay.
Take us home, Lee.
So Cassidy gets shotgun this time because Guy was dealing with the nurse.
Yeah.
Roll me again. Wits drive.
I will spend 2 more vitality to bump you. And then a willpower.
Instead, use difficulty 8 this time.
Rerolling. Stand by.
Oh wait, -1. Difficulty 7.
And that puts me at half willpower spent.
Jesus. Alright, so it takes about another hour to get back to the house. Everybody projecting, spend another vitality. But you do manage to get all the way back to the house without provoking any Spectre patrols.
Hooray!
You make it back inside. Harrison is there to greet you.
Hi, puppy!
I immediately run past the dog and go downstairs to check the sleeper bed thing.
It's got a Mary Kathleen inside of it.
I go and find my body. My sweet, sweet body.
I'll go jump in my body.
Sweet, my
I'm gonna go find Sinclair.
Body of Christ, sweet, sweet body of Christ.
Sinclair is downstairs in the lab. You see him, he's got one hand on a book, another hand is just furiously scribbling something on the chalkboard.
I'm gonna do like that walk of shame of awkward and please don't notice me back to my body.
Is it math or ancient Sumerian?
Both.
Ah, yes, AJ math.
I don't trust this. It looks like you listened to us.
Huh? What? Oh, you guys are back. Mary Kathleen, once you're back in your body, you realize you can't get out of the glass.
Knock, knock, knock.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock.
He walks over and hits a button, and the cradle opens.
Thank you.
I'll come downstairs.
How did that go?
Do you have any paper and a pencil?
Well, so far the Terrell and Squib agent.
Claire looks directly at you, Mary Kathleen.
Look, I don't know if all the paper's being used up for the formulas and the nonsense.
Just find something
I
and write
don't-
it down.
I wasn't gonna write it, but okay.
Short version: giant Grim Reaper looking thing with barbed chain was floating over Orpheus.
I
Our
grab a
creator
piece.
that was Orpheus.
Okay,
I grab a piece of his chart and start drawing it out on the chalkboard in a blank space of it.
Okay, so tell me, was the chain something he was carrying? Was it...
Wrapped
Part of his
around and
arm.
right into his arm.
Like what you and I talked about before.
Well, then.
Apparently,
That's, I had a friend who used to have a phrase for this. It was called, all aboard the dope train to fuck that bill.
Yes, I know this expression.
Supposedly he wasn't alone.
Well, of course not. He's never alone.
Who is he?
A reaper.
Like the thing from the movie theater? Or the drive-in?
Well, he's got a torn robe, so I like to call him the Seam Reaper. But, I just know he's a very powerful Reaper. I don't know much else about him.
The police are not reporting that apparently all the bodies they're pulling out of Orpheus were mutilated and or shot prior to being burned.
My guess would be Next World.
Well, I would assume that as well, because there's some new news on the TV.
Hmm?
What's happened?
Almost, other than me, I don't know if Orpheus told you guys about this. I don't know if I told you about this. There were several other people who were doing what I did. Tried building homemade cradles, starting their own projecting firms. Every one of them is gone.
Gone as in dead, or gone as in missing?
Gone as in dead. Whoever hit Orpheus hit them too. Apparently, they also hit Terrell and Squib.
That sounds like Next World.
Terrell and Squib is still there. They're reporting that they've been hit, but they haven't all gotten killed.
The one girl, she's in the burn unit.
Yes.
Ward.
Yeah, there's 2 people in the burn ward. One was a technician. We didn't know him.
And the other was our target from our last mission.
Technically 2 missions ago, but yes.
I don't know if that's, she's either lucky or really unlucky.
Based on her appearance, I'm going to go with very lucky.
And, oh yeah, by the way, someone did limp away from the whole endeavor.
Well, I assume not everybody got caught inside. Any news
Sounds like
Mitchner got away. Kate is still missing, and so is Skittish forgot.
Hossinger,
Chet Mason. You saw a whole bunch of names: Hossinger, Chet Mason, Blink.
Oh yeah, and the short, greasy guy that was managing the emergency site was being watched by a whole bunch of crows on the fire engine.
Okay. A very, very important question for you. Were the crows just there? Or were they actively acting, like, in concert?
Actively acting in concert. There was about a murder of them.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do some more research on that one. But that sounds like some type of specter we've never run into before.
Research?
Yes, I know. You have fun with all of the research.
And the city,
I don't pick on you and your formulas.
And the city is absolutely jam-packed with specters. It's almost impossible to drive around town at this point.
That's to be expected, or that's what I would assume. I've been hearing them all night, so.
Hey, Sinclair, really odd question. Do you have any cash on you? We should all probably figure out how much liquid cash we have.
I've got a safe upstairs with about $5,000 for emergencies.
Somehow I think we're okay on cash, guys.
Just
It's my $5,000. I don't know what you're talking about.
In the hive mind, it was his $5,000.
Knock that off.
Is Cassidy gonna go work for that money?
She works hard for the money. She works hard for the money.
I mean, to be fair, I don't need it, but I'm assuming you have more integrity than to just let the people, alive people in your house starve.
We've got enough supplies for the next 3 days, but somebody may need to go out and get more.
Well, I was about to make the suggestion of maybe Lee or Cassidy going and getting supplies and maybe some burner cell phones.
Could work, if you guys want to go do that. Let me go upstairs. I'll see how much I've actually got left in that emergency fund. He starts hobbling upstairs.
I have a couple $100.
I think I've got about $200 on me.
I don't know how much I'd have on me.
How
What level
many-
resources do you have?
Yeah, what's your resources, Dots?
200.
I had one, and
Okay.
then I lost one.
200.
Yeah, you've got about $200 on you right now.
I've got a whole lot of nothing.
So this is enough to buy groceries, at least, for the next several months. All just our money without Sinclair's.
Well, he is hobbling upstairs, muttering under his breath, saying something about how he should have installed a goddamn elevator. Harrison's following after him, like, where are we going? What are we doing? Can I come too?
Swear to God, when we move out, I'm stealing Harrison, and then Sinclair will kill me.
I think I can distract him while you take off with the dog.
Yeah, I really want to pet his dog.
So do I, but you can take Harrison.
How many crows were there?
About
A murder.
A small murder. So it was probably about between 8 and 15.
Hmm.
What are you guys doing?
I'm waiting for the money man.
I'm looking at his formulas and what he was working on.
I'm
And the
sitting
book.
down somewhere because I'm a little wiped out.
That's a good call. Roll, Mary Kathleen, I want you to roll me, intelligence academics. Cassidy, what are you doing?
I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to spend, want to say 1 vitality to manifest so I can turn on the TV myself and flip through some of the new news reports.
Okay. Mary Kathleen, he seems to be working on some pharmaceutical stuff. You see some formula that you don't get with you see a variable that's repeating itself constantly that is an uppercase P, and it seems to be very, very important.
Plenty.
On the news, you see a lot of the same: more fear mongering, more droning on from C-SPAN. Most of the local news has moved on, but there's still like alerts at the bottom saying local channels have moved on to their syndicated programs. There's still alerts on the bottom saying, stay indoors, follow all instructions given to you by law enforcement. Don't go out if you can avoid it. There are like some of the major news networks are saying that they will be getting more information in the morning from the government, who is expected to make a press conference.
Guys, should we turn ourselves in?
Fuck no.
I
was
vote
just-
no on that one.
I was just wondering the same thing.
Why
Never
would we-
trust a popo.
Why would we turn ourselves in? Why is this a thought?
Because they just want us for questioning. We weren't there.
You know what happened the last time someone I knew was wanted for questioning? She got arrested.
Was it for prostitution?
That is irrelevant.
The last
Point
time I
is,
was
supposedly she was just wanted for questioning to help out with something. Next thing you know, she's in cuffs. She's got a ticket, and I had to go feed her pets for the next 2 weeks.
Do you only go to jail for 2 weeks?
We're not going to talk about how she got out. I'm just saying, shit happened, and supposedly it was just for questioning. You don't go for questioning for 2 weeks.
Yes, I'm not the fan of this either. See, questioning usually means black bags and having your head held underwater.
Our
In what
government
country?
wouldn't do that.
I'm sorry, what?
Skittish for yourself. I mean, our government wouldn't do that. Isn't that against the law?
Here, yeah.
It can't be against the law if the law is doing it. Who's going to arrest them?
Precisely.
Well, should we wait and hear this supposed press conference first?
I feel like it doesn't matter what the press conference
I think
says, now
step
that we
one
know
is
it's
someone
off.
with fingers takes a tally of our money and goes on the computer and orders us some groceries so that someone who's not wanted by the FBI can go pick it up.
Instacart for the win.
Sinclair comes back down. He has a bulging bag, like a bank bag.
Yeah, tell us about Sinclair's bulging bag.
With a zipper.
Mmm.
You see, he brings it down, unzips
And then
it,
he unzips it slowly.
opens it up a bit,
Yeah.
pulls out what appears to be a stack.
Oh.
What appears to be a stack of hundreds, squeezes it once, it goes squeaky, and he gives it to Harrison, who goes to play with it.
That's so cute!
And then he pulls out another stack of hundreds. This one looks more or less real. And he's like, that's about 1,000 right there. You think that'll cover something? Drops it on the table.
Yes, more than something, several somethings.
And he zips it up.
Does he slowly sip up his bag?
Yeah.
No, he zips it up quickly. Just zip.
Oh, just
But
whips
it's
one
no
out
longer-
there, and then he just zips it right back up, huh?
Sinclair, to save me a bit of a walk, do you have a car we could borrow?
Yes, I do.
Would that car possibly bring up suspicion from the local police, though?
Yeah, probably. But we don't
Only
even
if
know.
it has that car's plates.
It does have that. It does have my plates.
That's fixable.
True. But I don't know. I mean, am I implicated in all this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Probably more than likely.
You were
I don't know
on
if
you were on the one guy's list of missing.
Well, one on the first list I'll be on, not the last list. And he goes back
Oh,
upstairs.
Hey, Guy, I need to borrow your hands again. Hey, we need to find a screwdriver, and we need to go for a bit of a walk.
Ah, yes, I know this game.
So how do we fix the whole going out in public for us?
Yeah, I'm going to take Guy to go hijack a license plate from a car at least a block away.
Change your clothes, cut your hair, dye your hair.
Get a tattoo.
I don't recommend the tattoos.
Big one right across the face. It really
Im-
works well.
MK needs a tramp stamp.
No. She needs a giant...
Get a respectable job with a tramp stamp.
You work
No,
at
no,
every
she
fucking
needs like
McDonald's.
she needs like a
Job for planning on
diploma
seeing your lower
scrolling
back.
across her face.
I mean, if you're planning on having a lot of jobs that involve seeing your lower back, I can help with that one. But I don't think
I
they're
don't
the-
think I want your help with jobs, Cassidy. No offense.
Oh!
Hey, you're the one talking about respectable jobs,
You hear
seeing your lower back tattoo.
The moment Mary Kathleen thinks that through the hive mind, you hear Sinclair's voice from upstairs. Did it just get hot in here?
Yeah!
Hey, Guy, I think that's our cue to go work.
Yeah, wait, very much. So long.
Lee, what is your current vitality?
7. No,
Okay,
8.
you're-
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
5. Oh wait, I'm in my body.
You're in your body.
I'm gonna go start making an Instacart list on the internet.
As you're going through making in your Instacart list, Harrison walks up and drops the dollar bill squishy in your lap.
Would you get some of the bonbon? Yes, bonbon. God, do I love bonbons.
That seems like a unnecessary expense here. Like, I was thinking we were doing the college, budget of food where it's rice and spaghetti nonsense. Maybe some frozen chicken. If we're lucky, broccoli and cheese soup.
God, I'm so glad I don't have to eat. You guys are boring as shit with this.
Agreed.
Skittish knows
Evan,
how to
what we're going
budget
to do
and
is
be
we're
poor.
not just going to go grab a set of license plates. We're actually going to switch a few sets.
Okay.
So that the person who's missing it is going to not immediately report the ones we actually have.
That's fair. While they're doing this, and Mary Kathleen is being badgered by Harrison as she tries to order food.
Oh no, I'm playing with him. I just throw it and he'll leave me alone.
Every time you throw it, he looks like he's upset.
Are you trying to help pay for the groceries, Harrison?
Tail wag.
Good boy! Good boy!
While that is going on, Morgan and Cassidy, what are y'all doing?
Other than death glaring at Mary Kathleen still, I am...
I'm telling Mary to get a bag of potatoes.
Fair.
Am I still manifested from watching TV?
We'll say yeah.
I'm gonna go upstairs and talk to Sinclair.
Okay.
Let's get it on!
I said talk! Why?
Wait, should I pull out the list on how to
dick.
Should I pull out the list of how to seduce Sinclair? Cassidy's version?
So Sinclair is
Trial
upstairs.
2?
When you get there, Sinclair is upstairs. He is putting his still bulging sack into a safe, closing the door. Spin. He's closing everything up.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna wait when he gets up. Is it safe on the floor? Or is it
No,
like,
it's a wall safe. He's pulled out a small bookshelf, pretty much.
For future reference, I'm making a note of where said bookshelf is. Have his Die Hard.
I'm waiting for him to turn around, but I'm like, when he turns around, I'm like right there, like right up in his grill.
Make a wits alertness test. You're making it at a 6. Anybody who's paying attention, make it at an 8.
No.
I'm assuming I can't. I'm playing with the dog.
Okay. Anybody who chooses not to may choose not to. But if you want to, you may. Right. Lee ain't paying attention to shit.
You said I'm still at a 6?
Yes, you are at a 6. Okay. Both of you notice this. The safe does not look like it is made out of, like, regular steel. The safe itself looks like it's carved out of some kind of black stone-like material with dull red veins like marble. And it's radiating cold.
The fuck kind of safe is that?
What the fuck was that?
She was
He's
right behind him. She
looking for other
surprised
reasons.
him.
I mean,
No, that was Mary
Not
Kathleen
that?
responding to the scream. What the fuck was that?
He turns around. Don't do that. Unless you have a bottle of single malt in your hands waiting for me. Turns around and closes the bookshelf. His hands are still on the bookshelf. Could you do me a favor?
yeah.
Look the other direction until I say it's okay.
Do you need privacy?
I'm fondling my stuff.
Makes like a really dramatic, exaggerated turn, pretending to peek behind a little bit still.
You see him shuffle some books really quickly, and then he turns back around. Alright, you're good.
So what you doing?
Putting my stuff back.
Why is your safe all weird?
It looks like a safe. I mean, literally, it's safe. Like, it looks kind of weird. It was like that when I moved in.
I didn't do it. It was like that when I found it.
It's not mine, I swear.
I'm holding it for a friend.
It
Just
just
say
looks like
no.
catnip. No, I'm kidding.
Just say no to spite.
Say yes to spite. All the spite.
You've heard us say yes to the dress. Say yes to the specter.
Please say yes to the specter.
Okay.
I get like all up in his face again.
Mm-hmm.
I am very suspicious about the fact that it seems like you actually listen to us. Because you don't seem like the type to actually listen to people.
Do you want... Mary Kathleen was in my cradle. Yeah, I could have moved her out, but it would have hurt. Because, still in pain.
Apparently that pain wasn't enough to keep you from trying to get in the damn cradle in the first place.
Technically, the pain would have gone away if I'd done that.
Spite.
We were saving your soul.
Is there something else I can do for you, Cassidy?
No.
Yes, lots of things.
I can think of several positions you could do. I mean, things you could do for me.
He kind of smiles at you and says, so, what I'm getting is that you have some positions that need to be filled.
Guys, is it going over his head or is he flirting with her? I'm really confused. Peanut Gallery, assist me.
Just go with it and see how far he goes. It's just easier that way. And maybe then we'll all get some peace.
Because once she bangs him once, like, that'll be it, right? It'll be, like...
Well, then the ice is broken, then the floodgates. And hey, let's go get that pink bug over there.
Oh, yes.
Cassidy was not prepared for that part.
Does Cassidy actually look flustered as he says that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
She was not prepared.
I didn't think that was possible.
Didn't think what was possible.
You getting all flustered.
I'm not.
R2.
Shut up.
Why should I?
Give him something better to use his mouth for.
I honestly have a mental image of the entire Crucible, like, around a TV, like, watching this and eating popcorn. And, like, every time she, like, gets flustered, like, oh, come on!
Oh, I thought it was around like a table and everyone's just sipping tea.
Tonight on the Cassidy show.
The Cassidy and Sinclair show.
Will they? Won't they? Let's find out.
They probably
Will
will.
MK ever
Maybe
finish
they
her
will,
notes?
but maybe no. I think that if they did, we'd lose half our viewership.
I know. Half of the show is the sexual tension.
Between Cassidy and Mary Kathleen, yes.
Between Cassidy and everything.
There goes the
Dang
lamppost.
it.
That damn stop sign.
Who will
man.
get it
It
first,
said no
Cassidy
last
or
time, but
MK?
you never know.
Or she pulls up and, hey, I mean, that Reaper had a really big
Staff.
scythe.
Well, I think we broke her. That's a good time for a break.
Yeah, that is a pretty good time. I was going to hold out for a little bit longer, but we've been going for about 2 hours straight. That's a pretty good time for a break. All right, guys. We're gonna go on a break. We'll be back here in about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere, especially because we're right in the middle of this really steamy scene.
So steamy.
So steamy.
Are your electronics okay, Dahlia?
Sorry, I was muted. And we're back. Alright, where did we leave off? Oh, right.
Seduction.
Seduction.
That what we're calling it?
It's something. I mean, I don't know.
Cassidy was flustered. Sinclair was gloating. Mary Kathleen
Peanut
was
Gal-
debating a nose piercing.
And the peanut gallery was adding commentary.
Yes.
And stealing license plates.
Morgan, you're assisting Mary Kathleen with the buying of groceries, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I want to make sure everybody's doing their thing and nobody's getting ignored.
So, what hair color do you want to have, Morgan?
Guy and Lee, I need you guys to make me wits streetwise checks.
Difficulty?
6. Actually, it's difficulty 6. These are going to be extended rolls. So either both of you can make these, or one of you can make a roll and will give dice to someone else to make this roll.
I imagine you have streetwise, right? Alright, I will make a roll to assist.
So you're going to roll... Do you have any dots in streetwise?
Nope.
Okay, so you were going to roll wits. Just straight wits.
Yep. T and 5? T and 6?
Yes, T and 6, because you're trying to give a bonus.
There you go.
You have 3 extra dice. You need to get 3 successes. You must, you need 3 successes, or excuse me, you need, 10 successes. Each roll is an hour's worth of work. So, keep rolling. There you go, you got it. Oh wait, no, you're 1 short, sorry. There you go, now you got it. So it takes you about 4 hours worth of work to switch the plates around, make sure everything's to where they can't really trace it back to you easily, and then get plates that you need before going back to the mansion. At this point, it is very, very late in the evening. The fire on the horizon has gone down. The streets are completely empty. This is very different for this time of for this part of the city. Generally, these streets are jumping all times of night. Everything's quiet, relatively. Mary Kathleen and Morgan, you guys assemble a shopping list very quickly. You don't have to give me details on what you get. I assume you get the usual milk, bread, eggs, breaded eggs, squick, spoo, as much whiskey as you can carry. The normal things.
Your normal and my normal are 2 different normals.
Yes, I did just say breaded eggs.
Because butter is always on that list.
Is there anything out of the ordinary that you're going for? Anything that you're like... are you doing anything to cover your tracks at all? Or are you just ordering?
Hair dye, using a different name. I've never used Instacart, so I don't know if I need to put in like an address or something. Do you have to put in an address? Chat, do I have to put in an address to use Instacart?
Way to enlist chat.
Yep, that's kind of how it works.
I tried, man.
All of you can hear on
Thank
this.
you, Dragon Cat.
So if you don't want to use Instacart, you can just do HEB's curbside pickup or any of those, because we now have a car we can go pick things up in.
Yeah,
But-
HEB's regional.
I know Walmart too, like has like the front
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
any of big chains usually now all have the curbside pickup stuff.
So I use one of those services and I make a grocery list. The big thing is I start ordering, like, okay, Sinclair, what color do you want your hair to be?
The same color it is now.
Hey, do you want to dye your hair to, evade suspicion? You're the one who suggested this.
No, I will just shave it down.
I order her.
I've got black hair, so we're gonna have to like bleach the shit out of it for me to do anything.
Oh, well, I can help with that.
Cassidy, I'm a little scared to ask you because you might still be mad at me. Well, what hair color would look good on my head that isn't red? Because I'm assuming that's a bit noticeable trait of mine.
Bright green would be a big change.
Also very noticeable.
Cass, are you...
Blend.
Sinclair is like looking at you, Cass. Are you...
You said hive mind is instantaneous. We are having a hive mind conversation.
Okay. It's not completely instantaneous. It is almost instantaneous.
She's flustered. She's answering my question.
Fair enough.
I don't know, brown? Like normal brown?
I put in to order a box of like brown hair dye for Mary Kathleen to dye her hair.
Okay.
And hair scissors.
Okay.
Because they sell those.
I'll do blonde.
Platinum atomic blonde. Unless Morgan stops her.
And it was on that day that Morgan became Baby Spice.
I'm gonna have to borrow somebody else's clothes because all I have is black.
Yeah, that's a thing. With that, at that moment, you realize that like a lot of your stuff was in Orpheus. It's now on fire.
Guys, my Bible was there.
Well, there's positives and negatives.
How is the destruction of the good Lord's word a positive?
Look on your list. I'm sure they sell a Bible wherever you're ordering from.
I stand with what I said.
I'm pretty sure that phone number got destroyed too. It's tragic.
I mean, there's probably someone who remembered it, but...
I'm sure a certain someone remembers it.
I hate you so much right now.
I still have my shotgun. We're good.
With that said, I want to say we're ordering from Walmart because we'll get more shit from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, please sponsor this stream.
Sponsor us, Walmart, please.
So I start ordering clothes of different styles for us from Walmart, trying to keep within like a $500 budget.
Okay.
Order alcohol. You want to order alcohol.
We already have whiskey on it.
More alcohol.
Are you hoping that if he gets drunk, he'll put his penis in you?
By the way, make sure that alcohol is single malt.
I'm pretty sure Walmart does not sell single malt.
They can find it.
Depends on the Walmart.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Cass, I've gotta get back down to the lab.
Guys, he said Cass. He didn't call her Cassidy. That's an improvement, right?
Or a side grade.
Chastity, does that make your wings flutter?
How do you know about that tattoo? Oh, I didn't realize I was in the way. Okay, I'm gonna go.
You're not
Well,
in the way. It's
check
just
out
typical
stuff.
you need to say excuse me when you're leaving a room with someone else in it.
It would be rude for him to just walk through you.
Unless you want to come with me, I mean.
Yeah.
You can help him with his equations.
All that hard math.
Ask him what P stands for.
I think she's more interested in the variable D.
Well, no, I'm interested in being the thing D stands for.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Sure, I'll come with. I don't know how useful I'll be or what I can do, but I guess I can come with. Do stuff.
Okay, we're gonna fast forward a bit here.
Yeah.
There is a lot more, shameless flirting, I assume. You order all the stuff that you need. You definitely get the license plate that you need and get it changed out. The next morning, comes bright and early. None of you really slept well the night before, but no scary dreams. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Mary Kathleen, you are woken up by Harrison jumping on the bed.
Oh, the best type of nail to be in my bed! Honey!
And Lee, you and Cassidy really didn't sleep, but you did get the rest you needed, so everybody got the willpower back.
Well, thanks. It'd be great to get, more of it back.
Wait, hang on. What is your nature, Guy?
Child eater.
Penitent.
Say again.
Penitent.
Ah, yes.
That's why I was doing all this stuff for Sinclair.
That's right. Did I
But
already give you willpower back for that?
I wasn't missing any at the time.
Okay. Because I was thinking, like, yeah, I remember you doing that, but I don't remember if I gave you willpower back for that. But everybody gets that one for the sleeping, unless you have that specific flaw that means you can't.
God, that suck.
Mitchner's got that. So, the next morning, it comes bright and early. When do people wake up, and how do they wake up? Mary Kathleen, you wake up with a dog in your face.
As late as possible.
Ecstatically.
About 10-ish. Just lay there and look at the ceiling for a little while.
What time does Harrison wake me up?
Around, like, 6 a.m.
Do you need to go outside?
He's doing the pee dance.
I'll get up and take care of the dog. As I'm taking care of the dog too, I would make sure to stay up, feed him, water him, let him go outside.
Make coffee.
Start the coffee.
Well, it's Mary Kathleen, so coffee. Cassidy and Lee, what were you guys doing all night for your kind of restful night?
Yeah.
I was sitting in the living room contemplating on life and just trying to figure out what's been going on and where does this put us.
Okay. One of the things that I can tell you, like for the ghosts, as far as sleeping, quote unquote, is concerned, the way that works is you basically just do light things that you would not spend vitality for, even a 0 point. Things you don't really need to concentrate on doing. So if you want to zone out watching the news, if you want to somehow read a book by getting someone else to turn the pages or carefully setting it up near a fan, that's possible. It's not that you have to sit and zone out. It's you just can't do anything strenuous. Nothing that would require a dice roll, nothing that would require you spending vitality or willpower or exerting any kind of concentration.
I'm still trying to work out things in my head from before all this shit happened.
Right.
Cassidy has found a open space in the basement and is doing yoga just to, even though it doesn't help her physically anymore, it's just a distraction.
You see Sinclair stays up almost the entire night, working various equations. He's reading stuff. He'll stop at some points and tinker with the cradle a bit. As the night grows longer, he drops things. He's obviously tired as shit, but he does make it through the entire night. And by the time that the sweet smell of coffee begins wafting down into the basement, he's like, "Oh, that's delicious," and immediately drops what he's doing and turns around to go upstairs.
Mary Kathleen will also start making breakfast.
Unless anybody turned it off, the TV stayed on the news, continually talking about Orpheus and what happened. Actually, Cassidy, roll me wits alertness, difficulty 6. As the morning breaks and Fox and Friends basically comes on, they start talking about, okay, here in the next, I'll tell you what happens here in a second. Here in the next hour or 2 hours is about to come, this is at around 8 a.m. is when they're going to do the press conference. What you notice is there are multiple times while you were doing yoga, you caught Sinclair stealing a glance.
Apparently not enough glances to it for him to not run straight to frickin' MK with her damn coffee.
And breakfast.
What do you
I'm
make for
live. I
breakfast?
eat. Blah, blah, blah.
We had a very stressful night, so probably eggs and bacon.
Okay. You see Sinclair shuffle upstairs. He does not look like he has slept.
Get a big mug and start pouring the coffee.
Okay.
Put a 5-hour energy break next to it. He can decide if he wants that extra spike.
So Morgan and Guy, you guys said you were waking up as late as possible, correct? Okay. Morgan, you said you were going to wake up at 10? Okay. So unless anybody stops you, you're going to miss out on the press conference. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, unless someone wakes me up.
There are actually enough places.
Harrison, go get her.
So you actually tell Harrison to go get Morgan?
When breakfast is done, yes, there is coffee and food.
Morgan, do you keep the door to your room closed?
No.
You suddenly have a dog on the bed trying to get you up.
Oh shit, what's going on?
You smell coffee, bacon, and eggs.
Oh. Hi, puppy. Is it breakfast? I
can't actually do the sound effect of the jangling tags, but you get that, yeah, because he's moving around a lot.
Give me a second. I can go grab one of my dogs.
I'll kind of like pet him and go ahead and get up and shuffle that way.
Okay. Harrison comes back and sits next to your feet, MK. Mission accomplished.
Good boy. Give him a piece of bacon.
Sinclair picks up the coffee, takes a look at the bacon, turns and starts to go back downstairs.
Is it not kosher?
He doesn't really respond.
Is Sinclair Jewish?
I don't know.
You haven't gotten
Is
close
he?
enough to find out.
I like how Guy and Lee were the two who were like, wink, wink, nod, nod, say no more, say no more.
I will actually.
Is Sergeant Pepper still wearing his turtleneck?
Okay, somebody quote that. Like, put that in chat right now. Is Sergeant Pepper still wearing his turtleneck?
I will walk down to the lab with some eggs and a fork.
Mm-hmm.
You need to eat.
I need to figure things out.
Okay, I will help you figure things out. 2 brains are better than 1, but 1 brain that's tired and hungry does not work well.
One brain that is getting interrupted doesn't work.
Feed him the bacon.
I may be small, but I am feisty, and I will beat you up and force this food down your throat. Do not make me have to force feed you. You look confused, but trust me, the 5 brothers have helped me get through this. So, either eat, or I'll drag your sorry ass upstairs to bed where you can sleep and the coffee won't be needed. Your choice.
Over the hive mind, I think I figured it out. The morning show is brought to you by MK. The evening show is brought to you by Cassidy. Okay.
Sleep.
Coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is anybody gonna try and wake Guy up?
Yeah. As soon as I'm done with this, I send the dog.
The door is locked.
Harrison
I got this. Everybody else.
scrabbles at the door and whimpers.
Fuck off. Sleep.
I got this. Everybody else try to occupy
And she
your mind.
sits there the whole time, looking at the equation, looking at the book, making sure he eats.
Yeah, he eats.
Can I?
He's
Does this count as me going and giving into my caregiver nature?
Yes, it does. Gain a willpower.
I'll go sit in front of the TV and see if anything's changed.
They're kind of pimping out the whole the press conference. They've already got cameras set up. There's people standing around with the seal of the state.
Pre-conference conference.
Yeah, pre-conference conference. They're talking. What kind of strikes you as strange is the talking heads, which you can't see, but you can hear them sitting around and talking. You know, they're almost talking like a sporting event's about to start. It's kind of like they're getting kind of a sick satisfaction out of this.
Like they're vultures.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Guy,
No.
don't make me do it.
He flops down in front of the door and leans against it.
Don't make me think it, Gee.
I think
Cassie,
he's.
Can someone just go open Gee's door?
There are two options that can open a door. We're a little limited here. Thanks for reminding us.
Cassidy immediately starts picturing, in the most descriptive forms that she can, all of her favorite Wincest scenes from her fanfiction.
That is not what you do with a car.
Gee, does this affect you at all?
No, I've seen worse.
Just go ask Morgan to open the door!
I'm gonna go with the I'm stubborn, iron-willed, and determined.
Yeah.
How do I open the door?
And I'm pretty sure I've spent more willpower than the rest of this party has.
You can try and pick the lock. You can go try to ask Sinclair for the key.
How about we let the Frenchman rest?
Yeah, I mean, he gets cold breakfast, that's fine.
Let the Wookiee win.
Maybe he'll be less bitchy if we let him actually sleep in a little.
I find that very unbelievable.
We don't
Evan,
know. We
can I
haven't
roll
tried it
to
yet.
assist Sinclair in his formulas as he's eating?
Yes, you may make a wits academics roll. It should be intelligence academics roll. Difficulty 8. Say what you're thinking.
Let me know how much vitality I have to spend for this. Can I use Stormwending to rip Gee out of bed?
You can, and it depends on how close you wanted to do it. However, you need a conduit between you. You basically need a way to get there. Like, Stormwinding is weird. It's not so much teleportation. Well, from what I understand about it, is you need a line of sight to get to it, because you're actively moving your body there as quick as you can. It's not like blink and blink, I don't think.
You're hurling yourself against the wall of the redacted and bouncing off.
For some reason, give me 1 second. My book has decided to stop pulling itself up.
115.
There it is, finally. Yeah, the mechanics are that, but at the same time, it's like, could it in theory work? In effect, the character teleports, taking advantage of the strange effect on time that seems to occur in these cracks. True teleportation, which would be instantaneous. Stormwinding takes place over a matter of seconds. Still, the horror is invaluable for escaping type situations.
Also, it's
you still travel the space in between, but effectively you're bending time to make it happen instantaneous. So
much.
You need an unlocked door.
Also, it's the character only.
Oh yeah, I was misreading the.
No. I think later you get a version of it that is not just you.
Oh, let's just let him sleep for now and watch whatever comes on the news.
Yes, let the Wookiee win.
I refuse.
After the news report, I'll go pick up the groceries.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. We got to do the news report now. The news report starts. A man walks up onto the stage. He's wearing a nice suit and everything. Looks like your typical bureaucrat. Ladies and gentlemen, last night a heinous event took place in our town. Last night, one of our town's newest and most burgeoning economic businesses was attacked viciously by terrorists unknown to us at this time. We have some leads, but I will leave that for our investigators, who will brief you in a few moments. As it is right now, the city's law enforcement is on high alert, as is all of our rescue crews. Last night, Orpheus Group LLC, their building was destroyed. Last night, several other projecting firms were attacked and destroyed. Last night, Terrell and Squibb was attacked and suffered major damage, as was Next World. All projecting firms in the United States seem to, at this time, have been destroyed. As to the culprits behind this, again, we are not sure. However, I have been assured by federal authorities that they will work closely with our own state authorities to find who is responsible and bring them to justice. As of this time, there are several persons of note who need to be brought in for questioning and are at this time considered to be flight risks. Ladies and gentlemen, I will present to you Agent Jesse Osorio, who is the current lead of this investigation. He steps down off the podium, and another man walks up. This is the same man that you saw last night at site, the short, thin, Hispanic gentleman. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. I am Special Agent Jesse Osorio, and I am leading the task force here in the city. As of right now, we are cooperating with state authorities to attempt to find the people who are responsible for this grave tragedy. And don't make any mistake, we will find them and bring them to justice. As of right now, we have some people of interest that we have given press reliefs to local news outlets to try and locate these people for questioning. As of right now, the top of that list is a Miss Kate Dennison, Andrew Mitchner, Chet Mason. He begins to go through a list. Each of these are names you recognize until he reaches Morgan Flanagan, Mary Kathleen O'Brien, and Guy Bernard. These people are wanted for questioning in relation to the situation at Orpheus. If anybody has any idea where we might find these people, any clue as to the whereabouts, or anyone who knows anything about them, they may contact us at the numbers that we are displaying now. You see numbers float up on the screen. There will be a $1,000 reward for information leading to their apprehension. Excuse me, that's not the right word. Leading to their arrest and them being brought to authorities. As of right now, the city is under lockdown. No one may enter or leave until these people have been found. We will take your questions now. The press starts asking questions, and it cuts away back to the talking heads, who show pictures of everybody they mentioned and names. The talking heads droning on about terrorist activities, why nobody has declared responsibility. This doesn't seem Right, this is probably some ISIS
Why?
threat.
Why Homeland's not involved?
Why Homeland's not involved.
Scale of 1 to 10, how screwed are we?
6.
12.
There is a very big difference between those two numbers.
And Sinclair was on that list.
Hey, Sinclair, you're wanted for arrest.
So what
There's-
else is new?
There's like, well, $1,000 was it? How much was it?
You
Yeah, it
how
was
much-
1,000.
You know how big a price I have on my head down in Honduras?
No, but I'm guessing that you should never want to go visit Honduras.
Pretty much.
By the way, with 2 successes, how helpful was I?
2 successes. You really didn't. It wasn't so much that you could help him, but you puzzled out what he's trying to figure out. You're pretty sure Big P is pigment, and he's doing equations involving the pigment drug.
MK, we should probably put that order in so I can go pick up these groceries and get you all changed.
Yeah, I finalized it. I didn't know. I put the pickup time at blah time.
A lot of time.
Oh, I gotta wait for Elliot to get back.
Sinclair, why are you doing stuff that involves pigment?
What do you think the sleeper drug that Orpheus uses is?
Something not as bad as pigment?
It's missing a vital component. I have no clue what that component is.
I mean, there's someone who could possibly help.
Who?
Ish. Well, the people who were trafficking the pigment was the other agency, right? Squib?
Terrell and Squib. They were trafficking in it?
Yeah, they were the ones pushing it at the club.
Interesting.
But
Would make sense. They're a pharmaceutical company. They would have access to stuff like this.
the contact survived the attack.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the hospital right now.
That's what you were saying last night.
So she had information for us.
Did she have it written
And
down
for-
or in her head?
Well, she had it in a file, but who knows what else she actually knew. I highly doubt anyone had time to debrief her.
You guys were down for like a month.
I highly doubt there's any form of recovering what they debriefed her with. On.
Well, right now what we need to worry about is making sure you're just not caught.
Well, at blah time, I will manifest and go get the car. And Cassidy, do you want to come with? You're gonna stay here.
I'll go with. I can be useful doing something.
Okay. I said I manifest and go to pick up groceries and stuff.
Okay. You notice the same amount of Spectre patrols. Because you're manifested, they really don't pay attention to you. But they are kind of all over the place. And the city itself is empty. There are lots of cars around. There's lots of, like, in theory there would be lots of people, but nobody's out on the streets right now. While they're doing that, Morgan, what are you doing?
I'm actually gonna go ask Sinclair a question.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to him and ask, is there any way that people know we're here? Do people know that this is his house? Is it listed under his name or a pen name?
It's listed under the name of the professor who owned it before me.
Okay, so we're safe here in general.
For the most part, unless somebody leads someone here. Guy, what are you doing?
Guy is sleeping still.
Okay. What time do you wake up?
Probably like 11.
Okay. If you guys are okay with it, we will fast forward to the point where he wakes up.
Completely fine.
Okay.
On the way out there, actually wanted to ask Cassidy a question. As our only other deceased person, I guess, do you remember what it was like when you were alive? Or, I mean, there's lots of theories on the whole what happens when you die thing. It feels like I lost something when I died.
I vaguely remember things, but I mean, fuck, Lee, why are we getting all serious on this?
Limited options of people to talk to. I remember being alive, and I remember living, and I literally lived for the thrill and excitement. Then I woke up like this. Kind of a jump there, you know? With everything that's been going on, just life seems like it's lost the thrill. Or unlife. Whatever the fuck this is now.
I was about to say, I mean, life would certainly lose a thrill for you since, you don't get to have it anymore.
Yeah. Especially when you spent your life doing things like jumping off canyons, skydiving, stunts, anything for adrenaline.
And now you can get your rocks off trying not to die a second time. Cheers.
Not quite as thrilling, though. Anyways.
I remember very rare moments of happiness amidst the never-ending drudge through everything else. Feels like Unlife is constantly chasing that again.
Yeah, everything's been going on, just a lot of time to think, and realizing that my life amounted to a couple newspaper clippings, a bar stool, and a one-page police report about a body in a ditch.
That was fucking deep.
But it's a very nice bar stool.
Yeah, I guess as bar stools go. It's nice, getting a drink at night, even if I can't drink it.
Eventually you can.
Not quite the same.
No, but on the positive side, epic alcohol tolerance?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's just like life. I mean, yes, you can drink, but the extra something is just gone.
Was there ever a point to drinking that didn't involve getting drunk as an end result?
Nah, I thought it was to make the time between the exciting points go faster. So, how long is the drive to our grocery store?
Not far. It's about with every. The problem is there's not many people on the road, so therefore it's faster. But there are some rescue vehicles still in the way, so it's about an hour, I want to say, by city
And
traffic.
Lee's actually not speeding and following the traffic laws very
Right.
carefully.
But it doesn't take you long to get there. Without incident, you pretty much pick up the groceries, and hand over the cash. It's about... The budget was about $500. Let's say it's $539. Because Mary Kathleen couldn't quite keep it under 500. It was that case of 5-hour energy. That really put it over.
That was a necessity.
But it's all loaded into the car and ready to go. You pay for the stuff and on your way back.
Yeah, on the way back, I just wanted to ask, since you seem to be enjoying this unlife and making it work for you. I just don't know how the hell you do it.
It's freeing, in a sense. Everything I did in my life was at the beck and call of everybody else. When you're dead, there's not really a whole lot of people you have left to answer to.
I find myself in the exact opposite boat.
That's because we're all yelling at you all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still, I mean, how much worse could a second death be, other than possibly painful and possibly remember it this time? Not a whole lot to be concerned about.
Yeah,
As far
it's
as-
the whole worry, because I don't even know how the first death was. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I'm going to remind the rest of the Crucible that you are privy to this entire conversation as well.
They're having a moment.
Well,
Yes,
he
we'll
isn't
see.
because he's out like a light.
He has weird thoughts in his dreams.
Me.
He's having a moment. Or they're having
He's
a moment.
French.
Gee's
He's French, so
sleeping.
it's wee.
In a way, Guy's having his own moment.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here like, why would you experiment with the pigment?
I think I'm more interested in the pigment conversation right now because I'm a little ticked off.
I'm not experimenting with it. I'm trying to figure out what the key ingredient is. What is it that causes death sight? Like, he
And
angrily
we get back with the groceries.
swipes the chalk and it snaps in his fingers. I need a cigarette. He starts to hobble upstairs again.
Those are really bad for you and they'll kill you.
So is projecting.
Maybe one vice at a time.
What kind of fun is that? Ask Cassidy. Fortunately, Dahlia's not here.
I mean,
You
We'll
roll
repeat
out
it
of
when she
bed.
gets back.
You're not Lee Gee. You roll out of bed.
And I step outside and wander to the back porch area and light a cigarette.
When you do this, Sinclair steps out with you and lights his own cigarette. He looks like he has not slept.
You look like I feel.
He looks up at you. Oh, that's just insulting, Gee.
No, insulting would be to say you feel how I look.
You sleep well?
When people stopped trying to wake me up.
There's breakfast inside. And
Yeah,
coffee.
cold now, but coffee is the important part. What do you make of all this nonsense?
Honestly, Not a damn thing. I mean, the Sword of Damocles was hanging over Orpheus the moment it went public.
Yes. This feels like Next World.
I don't know, I hadn't seen the site. But
Before I fell in with Orpheus, they tried to hire me. Recruit me, be a better word. It's just... ugh. Nothing about that seemed clean.
they're not a clean company.
I don't know. Very much not so. But, what now? Going in to talk to the feds seems suicidal at best.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh no, it's a trap.
Thanks, Admiral.
Aha.
Oh, look, you need to... If I was you, and I'm not you, just figure out some way that you can get suspicion off of you without getting yourself stuck in custody.
Yes.
Now, if you can figure out how to do that, you're the investigators, not me. I'm just a scientist.
Yes, we'll have to, we'll have to figure out what we're doing. How we're going to prove who did it and what. You can't just say, the ghost did it.
Well, it's not so much that you have to say prove who did it, just to prove that you didn't do it. Well, you could just find a patron.
That feels a lot like the old life. A lot like the old life.
It is what it is. It's the easiest way to get suspicion off of you.
True enough.
Maybe if you just walk into the FBI headquarters and be like, hey, we didn't do it, but we can tell you how it was done.
I think that if I personally walk in there, I will not come back out.
Yeah, you'll make someone $1,000 richer.
That's true. Fortunately, you don't seem to need $1,000, so...
I could always use an extra $1,000, but how am I going to turn you guys in without turning myself in?
Exactly.
Not that I would turn you guys in. I've got more to lose.
Estes' house, your casket.
Cradle.
Yes, that. It is a sticky situation.
Well,
A stinky cologne, if you will.
you'd know. And he steps back inside.
I just gotta kind of sit on the back porch and smoke. Try and, figure a way through all this.
Okay. And I think, actually, on that very downbeat note, that's a good place to end tonight's session.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of fading.
Well, it's one of those things where very noir. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on.
Everything's blown up. Nobody knows what's going on. Two guys are sitting on the back porch smoking, discussing exactly how fucked they are.
Pretty much. So how fucked are you? Well, I'm pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Alright. Everybody! XP time!
Yay!
All right, everybody gets 1 for showing up. All right, good role playing. Everybody gets 1 for good role playing. Nominations for good role playing.
Lee for
Lee.
the
Yeah.
existential crisis scene.
Yes, that was really fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Anybody else for good role playing?
Cassidy for getting flabbergasted when Sinclair
Yeah.
started messing with her back.
I feel like that was more lack of role play.
You just
Hey,
didn't know what
lack
to do
of-
with it.
Strategic lack of role playing is still role playing.
Yes, that is true. So you gain 1 for that one.
I'd like to nominate the storyteller for the nurses scene.
Fair enough. I will take that, and I now have a pool of plot plus 1 XP. All right. So heroism. You all, even though nobody rolled initiative, nobody did anything, you all get heroism XP, at least 1. I'm going to give 1 to everybody because you went back to the Orpheus site. You are actually in the book not supposed to do that.
Ah!
That's technically my
scary.
second trip back there.
Yeah, well, you went by, like, right after it happened and nobody knew what the fuck was going on. The cordons weren't up yet. So yeah, you guys get 1 heroism for that. So now we're gonna do learning XP. Guy, what did you learn?
Man, this session. Well, I learned there are more organizations outside of the big 3. I also learned that everybody is fucked, as far as like this whole projector thing.
Yep. All right, everybody's fucked. We'll go with that.
Sometimes it's an important lesson.
Everybody's fucked, man. Mary Kathleen, what did you learn?
This is a house of sin.
Oh, and you haven't even been through the library yet.
No,
Smut.
Mary Kathleen's
Smut
learned
stuff.
that while Sinclair is smart, he is math smart. And while I want to help him in his endeavors because it ultimately helps me in my endeavors, this is not my wheelhouse. I need to go back to my wheelhouse, which is upstairs in the library. He can have his creepy basement lab.
Okay.
Sweet, sweet books.
Books, all the books ever. Okay. Cassidy, what did you learn?
Ghastly learned it was possible for her to get flustered by shit.
Anything else, or just that?
Honestly, I'm just gonna go with that because the other thing I want to learn, I feel like I was going to say, I feel like I'm gonna wait for Fox because I don't want to jack from him.
Okay. Morgan, what did you learn?
That Pigment is involved with the sleepers. And this may hit home a lot closer than I'd like it to.
That's fair. Lee, what did you learn?
That the even though we have less people to report to, the controls around us are tightening, and I'm not the only one that hasn't figured out this unlife thing and how fucked up it is.
That's fair. Alright, so everybody got their learning XP. Everybody have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Good session?
Yeah. It was a good session.
Awesome. Thank you everybody out there in our viewer land for coming by and seeing us. We had a lot of fun tonight. I enjoyed tonight's session. We got a lot of external stuff and exposition done so we can set up everything for what's coming. I do want to put a special shout out there to Grinning Crow for the both the subscription and for the bits. Skittish, thank you for hosting. Dahlia, thank you for hosting, and thank you for the cheer. Mac, thank you for the host. Dragon Cat, thank you for the cheer, and thank you also for the sub. For everyone else who came in tonight, thank you very much for showing up. My name is Evan Blade of Revan, and I am tonight's storyteller. You can find me here on this channel, because it is, after all, my channel. We're going to start off at the very bottom there with our player for Lee.
I am Warfox. I play Lee Blaylock. I can be found here at this game.
Awesome. And next, going around the circle.
I'm Iridel, and I play Morgan.
All right, and moving straight up there.
I'm Black Dahlia 42. I play Cassidy. I can be found here on Mondays and on my channel every other day.
Awesome. And next with Mary Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Skittish Cat. You can find me here on Monday or at my Twitter feed at Skittish Cat, all one word, where I will be posting art based off of this game and other games.
I will also bring up, guys, that Skittish is amazing. She has done this amazing overlay that you're seeing right now, as well as the scene image for the laboratory. And we didn't really get to see it a lot, but the scene image for the library as well. So she is amazing. Like, go to her Twitter if you need stuff done, like, artistically. She is the person to go to. She's great at what she does. And last but not least, at the very top of our table there.
Hi, I'm Grinning Crow. I was Guy Bernard tonight. You can find me here. And you can also find me at Twitter at, grinning.crow.
Awesome. Thank you guys again for joining us. Thank you to my awesome players for being awesome. This is going to go up on YouTube here in the next 24 hours so that you guys, if you want to catch up to any part of it, you can. And I hope you guys have a very good evening. Before everyone else goes, though, we want to make sure we know who's going to get our host for tonight. Let me take a look here. We got to look up on the Twitch to find someone for the host. Let's see here. Raven, Sliced Raven, she is playing We Happy Few, which just came out. Let's go ahead and give her a host. Guys, give Raven a hello for me. Tell her that she is awesome, and go watch that game, because she is just a great streamer. She's really fun to hang out with. I hope, again, that you guys have a very good evening, and I hope to see you again next week.